Hey guys, today I'm going to talking about the today's scenario that is nothing but COVID-19. I hope you all are aware of this COVID-19 crisis. Well, it is declared as pandemic in 11th March 2020 by who is nothing but World Health Organization. Here we will see the live dashboard of COVID-19, how many cases are happened till date and how many members are death by affected by this COVID-19. It may take few minutes for opening this. See here in this dashboard, if you if you are able to see this dashboard, you can see in your left side here you can see the total confirmed cases as well as the confirmed cases region wise or country wise you are able to see here. And if you came your left side here, you able to see how many global deaths and all those things, that is also country wise available in this dashboard. As well as here US state level also, how many persons are death affected by this COVID-19, or how many people are recovered using are taking some precautions that also available here. If you came this middle part here, the red spots are used for, or this is indicating that areas are affected by COVID-19. If you are click any red spot, you are able to see how many, which area that is, and how many peoples are affected, or how many deaths are happened in that particular area. You are able to see all those things. This is the live dashboard. So now I am using this data, and using that this real-time data, I am going to work, or I am going to um, generate the graph, how many people are dead and how many cases are confirmed, all those things. So today we will learn in this class, you will learn how to draw a maps, or how to draw a plots, or how to draw a bar charts, all those things. So first of all, for doing all those things I need data. That means I need to download the data. Download the data. Using that data I can apply all these operations what I discussed previously. So here, and the first activity is nothing but download the required data. After that I have located the data set in the notebook. So after downloading the data that will be stored in our local machine, I have to give the particular path, or set the particular path for accessing the data into my programming. Next I have import the required module. So here I need to do you know what is module? Modules is nothing but simple functions, that means which is already written, and we are using that things into our programming for executing some like plots, or like graphs, all those things. So we need to import that particular modules. Next one is create data frames. Well, whenever you are accessing any data that is in the form of tabular form, so we need to create the tabular form in our programming language. That's why we are calling that data frames. Next we have is create panda series. Well, this is a very important concept when you are creating data frames, because whenever you are accessing the table, there we have different types of data types. There may be have strings, there may be have numerical types, there may be have float values. To supporting all type of data, here we need to create the series. So after creating data frames, we have to create series. Next one is create line plots or characteristics. So after creating of series, we are able to plot the lines, and we are able to plot the charts, and we are able to create the maps and bar charts. We will see one by one today. The first activity we have is download the data set. Here I am downloading the data set using GitHub. I hope you all are aware of this GitHub. The GitHub is nothing but the repository there the most of the programmers are upload their work, or they can access the work anywhere at any time, and they are working on that data. This is nothing but simply a cloud storage, where they can store where they can store their programs, and they can access that programs whenever they need it. So here I am just cloning the GitHub repository. For that, here I am using this command git clone. I think clone, no, not I think, I hope that you all are know about this clone. Clone is nothing but we want to work, we have something, we want to work on that. For that, what we have to do, we are cloning that things. So that's why here I'm using the cloning function. And what is the link available in the GitHub, or what are the data type, the data link is given here. So git clone, where the data is available, here I am giving the particular link. So simply you execute using the shift enter. Either you can click on that cell, that cell, then it will be executed. It may take few minutes, so we have to wait for execution process, because here we are accessing the data from other website to our program, so it may take a few minutes. If you see here the cloning COVID-19 data is completed. Next activity we have is we set paths. Whatever we download the data set, whatever the included our data, we need to set the paths for the paths for that particular data. So for that, what you have to do is you just go to your left hand side. If you see here, we have three icons. In that, here we have the file icon. Just click on that, and the next, here you are able to see two icons, COVID-19 and sample data. You just click on this tiny arrow, the name is COVID-19. Okay, again come to left side, and see the file name is CSSC COVID-19 data. You just click on that tiny arrow, and again come to your left side, and the file name is CSSC COVID-19 time series. You just click on that tiny arrow. So here you are able to see 5 .csv files. So we need to work on these files. These are nothing but tables. So for that, what you have to do is you just click on .csv files. Click on right click and just copy the path. And where you want to copy, you just copy in code cell or in text cell. But here I already copied, so I'm not going to copy anywhere. I already done this process. So we need to copy the path for all these .csv files. Each and every CSV files, we need to copy the path, and we need to paste that paths into your code cell or text cell. So these are the pictorial representation of what we are done now. What are the done now? Here you can see, here I pasted all the paths for that .csv files, and here I am assigning some values for the particular paths. Why? Because every time I don't want to use this long path whenever I need it. So for that, what I have to do here is, here I am simply gave the assign some name. Whenever I needed this whole path, at that time I can use this small name instead of this big path. And here you are execute this. This is executed, and the next activity I have is importing modules. Here I already said that modules is nothing but small tasks or small functions which is already written. We need to include that thing into our program for working properly. So here the first import function or import module is pandas. Pandas is used for the data processing because we are working here on data. That's why we need to process our data. So that's why first I am importing this pandas. So import pandas as PD. Why I am given this PD is, as earlier I said, I don't want to use the whole path or the big path or big names. That's why here I am using PD. Whenever I want to use pandas, in that place I can use this PD. Next one is import matplotlib.pylot. This is used for the data visualization. How we want to display our data, at that time we can use this module. This is basically supports the mathematical functions or graphical functions. That's why here we need to import this matplotlib.pylot. For instance, we can use this PLT. And the next module we have is Seaborn as SNS. Seaborn also used for the data visualization purpose, as well as this is also supports many mathematical functions like square root functions and like graphical functions and geometrical functions. Every functions is supported in this Seaborn. That's why we are importing this Seaborn module. Next module is import Folium. Folium is used for drawing maps or displaying maps in our programming. And next module is date time, because here we are showing that live dashboard. In that we can see the date and the time. We need to implement that thing using, here we are using this date time module. So here if you came here I gave that percentage matplotlib dot inline. This is the magical function. If I am using this function, I can work properly further. If I am not using this function, I am not able to work further when I am displaying maps and when I am plotting all those things. So for that reason, here I am writing this magical function for working properly further. Here I am executing these things. These are imported now. Next activity I have is create data frames and series. So here what I am doing is, here I just want to access that data, or I want to display that data, whatever available in that GitHub. So that's the reason here I am using that confirmation data frame equal to PD, because here I am doing the data processing. That's why here I am just using PD dot. I want to read that CSV file, whatever the CSV file is available in that GitHub. So read CSV, and here confirmation CSV. Here this is nothing but the path what I previously set here. This path here I am using here. That means here I am reading this path. Here I want to read this path, or here I am applying data processing concept in this particular path or this particular data. So for displaying purpose, here what I done here, confirmation data frame dot head. Why here I am giving that is, we don't know what is the a size or what is the shape of particular how many columns or how many rows are available in that table. That's why here I want to print the starting a few rows or few columns. That's why here I am giving this confirmation df dot head. If you execute this, here you can see here 5 rows are displayed, because here I am giving the dot head. The total table is not displayed here. The starting data what is available, that will be displayed here. The 5 rows is displayed here, and I have 179 columns. 179 columns I have here you for using this head, here I am able to display 5 rows. If I change here the tail, instead of head if I use tail, I can display the last position of my table what data is available there. Here you can see the last position of last rows what we have, that is here displayed if you are using this tail. So here as well as here I am using head only. Oh, here I am getting the error because here I am giving the spelling mistake. Okay, here you can see the result what I get previously. If you change the, you can use the tail or you can use the head there, based on your requirement you can use there. Here I want to find how many rows are available or how many columns are available in that particular data. For that here I am using conf df sep. If you see here I have 266 rows and 179 columns in this particular table. So to overcome the messiness, here I am using this head and tail in previous code. And the next activity is create the series of the total confirmed cases of coronavirus repeated across the global and in China or in India, in the US. We will see one by one here. If you see here I give the global cases as a variable, and after that I gave here confirmation dot data frame whatever I created there. Here I can use iLocation. iLocation means here we are able to find the location, here applying some access equal to 0. After that here I am giving the date and time for particular things. Here I am executing this. I see here which date that is announced and how many peoples are affected, and till date how many peoples are affected. Here we are available all those things. And next one is in China and in India, in USA, how many cases are happen, or how many members are affected in this COVID-19. All this data is available here. And the next activity we have is line plots. That is also able using this data. For that what I am doing is, first of all you will see we will draw the plots using across mold, and in China how many cases are using. For that also we plot one graph, and in India also, in US also we are plotting the data how the COVID-19 cases are rapidly increases. So for that what here I am doing is, I am just giving plot dot style dot use dark background. Why I am giving here is, whenever we are displaying the graph, we are displaying that graph using the background color is dark. I can change this background color according to my interest, but here I am using dark color because it displays very clearly. That's why here I am using this dark color. Next statement is float dot figure fig size 20 or 6. Here I am just set that width and height. This is the width and this is the height. Based on that width and that height only my graph displayed. And the next statement is plot dot title total coronavirus cases report across the global. This is the title of my graph. I can change this graph according to my according to my cases or according to my work, I can change these titles also. Next one is plot global cases index, global cases see orange line with 2, marker equal to 0, marker size equal to 7. Here I want to plot my line. The line color should be orange and the line width, here I am setting my line with these 2 and my line represented using this 00 symbols, 00 symbols, and the marker size here, whatever the 0 symbol I am using here, the marker size is 7. And the next statement is plot dot x ticks rotation equal to 45. Whenever I am using this statement, what happens there, the x label rotated by 45 degrees. And next statement is plot dot y label in millions. Here I am setting the y label as in millions. Next one is plot dot grid true measure line style equal to dot dot c equal to gray. Here I am setting the graph grid as dot dot. Here the line style is dot dot and the color is gray. For displaying that graph, here I am using plot dot show. If you are executing these statements, see here, here I am displaying my line as orange color and the line width is 2, whatever here I am giving here, and the marker means the line displayed using this bubble symbols like 0 0 0 0, and the bubble size, the marker size is 7 here. And here I am using this x tackle rotation 45 means my x labels are rotated 45 degrees. And next what I am setted here, y label as in millions, that's why here I am getting in million, y label is in million, and whatever the title here I am given, I am getting that title. If I change this title, as well as this title also changes. So this is the basics of drawing a graph. And the next one is in China, how many cases are available. The same concept here also I am applying the width, and here I am giving the width, here I am giving the 6, here I am giving the title. Plot dot title is nothing but total coronavirus reported in China. And again I want to plot my graph. Again I am using orange, same line, same code whatever I used in previous, same code here I am also written. If I am executing this, see here in China we are having this much of the graph is looks like this, using that particular data. And in India, how many cases are available, same programming statements here also I am used. See here, in this line color, whenever I plot to one line, here I change the color is red. In previously I used orange color, but in India I am using this red color, and the line width is 2, I given the line width is 2, and the marker is same 0 0 or bubble symbol. Here the marker size is same, and here I also want to x label rotate by 45 degrees, that's why here I am giving the same statement. Next one is these grids are displayed by dash dash, and this color is gray. The same thing here I am getting. See here how rapidly the graph is increases in India. So like this you can draw the graphs using these Python statements. And next one is, if we want to see comparison between two countries, that is also possible using this is between China and India. Here you can see, the comparison between India and China, the cases reported between India and China. Here first of all I set the width and height of the particular graph. After that I gave the title whatever I needed here, and next one is plot dot plot. Here I am plotting the lines because here I am comparing two countries. That's why here I am using two. I need to plot two lines. That's why here I am using same statement two times. After that I rotated my x label as 45. That's why here I am using this x ticks rotation equal to 45. Here plot dot legend. Here this legend is nothing but this one. If you want to see the country names are in country names are show the difference between those things, then you can use this legend concept. If you use that legend concept, then you get this type of result in your graph. Next you are just showing or displaying that particular graph. And the next one is between three countries, that is nothing but India, China and the US. So the same concept, your same statements we are using whatever before we are using that. See here we are getting the difference between three countries. And the next activity is grouping. See this bar chart. US is the most affected country by this COVID-19. Based on this data, you are able to identify that. If you come this code here, same thing you are doing here. You just setting the width and height of your graph, and next you are giving the title whatever you want to give. Here next one is snatch dot bar plot. Here you given the head and you are given the country and regions, all those things. Same thing here also, you are set your labels here, and after that you displays your bar chart. The same concepts you are using everywhere. So next concept is drawing maps. See here, these location symbols are used for identifying the affected areas or affected places by this COVID-19 in China. If you click on that places, if you are click on that places, there you can see which places are affected and how many members are available in that particular area. And next concept we have is we need to display the same map using the circular dots, using the red circular dots in the same China data or in China. If you click on that circular data, there which place or which region, how many people are affected, you are able to see that. Same, if you click on that red circles, we are able to see that how many peoples are affected in that particular area. So and the next concept is, you will see how we see in that map in previous COVID-19 live dashboard, what you see in there. We will see how to apply the same concept here. See here also, if you click on any circular, there in that particular area or in that particular region, how many peoples are affected in this COVID-19, you are able to see that. I stop my class here. If you learn Python, we will work with data. That means you can become a data analyst, or we can become a artificial intelligence engineer, or we can become a machine learning engineer. So this is very beneficial programming language for you. So this is the basic scenario what we are able to do after learning this Python concept. This is the basic demo for that. So in tomorrow's class we will see what are the conditional statements available in Python. Thank you so much.